Navagada Kabala Bade Nankar Hadbutta Shinga Danita Hiranya Gashibu Danubringa Keshavarida Harahari Rupa Jajagarisha Hare Jajagarisha Hare Jajagarisha Hare. Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare Jai Jagarisha Hare. Jaya Nashingare, 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 Jaya Nashingare. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Shri Prabhupada ki.
Hey Krishna. Welcome, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Welcome, dear devotees and guests. Is anyone that's joining us here for the very, very first time to our temple? Okay, yes, we have a nice, wonderful family here that's connected to Nishinga Prabhu. Very well. They're all the way from Surat in India. So, very warm welcome to you all. Thank you all for joining us this day. Devotees, before we get into our program, just a few announcements that I'd like to get through. Today's love feast is prepared by the Gillets Namahata, which is led by His Grace Sampati Das. Haribo, please give them a round. Please express your gratitude when you see these devotees and thank them for preparing today's love feast. Next week, the serving team will be engaged in preparing the feast for the devotees and our guests. If you'd like to contribute to this wonderful initiative, either in cash or kind, by sponsoring Boga, you please connect with His Grace Doyal Chaitanya Prabhu. A friendly reminder from the serve-out team that serve-out will only be done at the white marquee between 1 p.m. and 1:45 p.m. There will be no serving done thereafter at the bottom Food for Life kitchen. this is a message from the Serval team. Devotees, coming up on Friday is Lord Nityananda's appearance day. Haribo. So we have a wonderful program lined up. There's a midday program as well as an evening program. The midday program starts at 10 a.m. with a Harinam, which would leave the temple premises at 10 o'clock. It will go around the vicinity of the temple and the surrounding areas, and they'll return to the temple by 11:30. There'll be some kirtan, and then there's a class with His Grace Shuri Prabhu, who's a disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Will also be leaving the very next day back on his travels to America and India. The evening program at 5:30 p.m. Prasadam will be served. Please take note of that. Till probably 7:30. And 7 p.m. it'll be Gora Arti and Kirtan. 7:30 p.m. will be Lord Nityananda's Mantra Party, which is a mantra orchestra with Krishna Rupa, Leela Shakti and friends. That will go on until 10 past 8. And thereafter there will be a class with His Holiness, Partha Sarati Das Goswami. So today's Love Feast class, the devotee needs no introduction, but he is one of our senior most devotees within our South African Yatra. His Grace Smita Krishna Das. So for those who don't know, His Grace Smita Krishna Prabhu, he is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami, and has been serving in our ISKCON Yatra for many, many years in various leadership roles. He's a wonderful friend, mentor, a father figure to many, and a student of Srila Prabhupada's books. You know, his deep philosophy in presenting Srila Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam, Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion, Bhagavad Gita is quite extraordinary and also inspiring to us. So today's topic is enthusiasm, determination and patience. With His Grace, Smita Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. The topic is enthusiasm, you know. Hare Krishna. Jai, that's good. So I kind of moved everybody forward a bit because it's too far back and we can't interact with you. So just give me a second to adjust this a bit more. Hare Krishna. So how's the sound, all right? Okay, thank you. So let's sing Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Giribardhari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Giribardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanacharya Yamunatira Vanacharim Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jabihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Hari ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gauranghi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadarubhyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Everyone, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Again, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jeev Gopalako. Everybody say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, Ravindra Prabhu. So we're reading from Sri Upadesh Amrita by Srila Rupa Goswami. Translated in English, the title is The Nectar of Instruction. So Srila Rupa Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is instructed to compile a set of instructions for the, Prabhupada says in the purport in the introduction, for the neophyte devotee. So neophyte refers to the devotee who is beginning one's Krishna consciousness, who is in the early stages of his development. And sorry, I'm just opening up some notes. So the instructions given in Upadesh Amrita are essential foundational principles for us to follow. Now, in this book there are 11 verses, and they gradually lead us to coming to understanding higher and higher principles of practice. So we are looking at verse 3 today. I will make reference to the earlier verses as we go along. You can say the words after me. Utsahan Nischayad Dharyat Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat Sangatyagat Sato Vrite Sadbhir Bhakti Prashidyati Utsaha Nishchaya Dharyat Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat Sangatyagat Sato Vrite Sadbhir Bhakti Prashidyati. The translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is as follows. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. 1. Being enthusiastic. 2. Endeavoring with confidence. 3. Being patient. 4. Acting according to regulative principles such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. Hearing, chanting and remembering Krishna. Abandoning the association of non-devotees. Following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So before I read some of the parts of the purport, it's a fairly long purport, so I will focus on some essential aspects. Let us see the first 3 principles, which forms the title of the presentation today, given to me by Alanath Prabhu. I think temple stipulates particular topics that like devotees to do, which they feel may be relevant. So, the first 3. Being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, and being patient. So I'd like to hear from you, how would you define enthusiasm? Maybe the roving mic can be used also. How would you define enthusiasm? Anyone? Selva, do you want to try? You may sit.
Everybody.
It's okay. Use the mic.
The way I see enthusiasm, excuse me, the way I see enthusiasm, because I think I'm pretty enthusiastic, so the way I see, the way I see enthusiasm is just basically being able to generate yourself to be happy and put a smile on your face, no matter the circumstances. Being able to get some tasks done joyfully, despite how you feel. And because feelings are temporary, but enthusiasm is an outside expression of joy. So you're trying to express joy. So I think if you express it physically, then you kind of manifest it a little bit within yourself, and then you start being joyful.
Thank you very much for that. Any other person? Ranga Devi on that side.
Hare Krishna. I'll define it as an impetus that propels you to do something.
An impetus that compels you to do something. All right. Thank you for that. Let's take one more person. You have been enthusiastic, I hope. So you know what that means. Mataji? There.
Hare Krishna, being willing and eager to do your service, I believe.
Yes, an eagerness to do something. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki Jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Hari ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yes, sure, take one more or a few more. Hare Krishna.
I was also going to say eagerness to serve.
An eagerness to serve. Thank you. So all of you have been looking at different components of enthusiasm, and the word eagerness appears, an intense interest in something. So enthusiasm, that's, what about determination? How would we define that? Somebody, another set of devotees. Ravindra Prabhu, You don't need a mic.
Hare Krishna.
Alanat, you're getting your 10,000 steps.
Hare Krishna. So we should be determined to stay under the roots feet of Srila Prabhupada and not drift away from Krishna consciousness.
Okay, remaining fixed in something. So determination can be seen as a firmness of purpose, being fixed, right? So these two qualities in Krishna consciousness, according to Rupa Goswami, they are very, very important aspects of our devotional service. So let us see from you, like today it started off as a rainy day, and you may have looked out of the window and said, it's raining. So I'm very happy to see that so many have been enthusiastic to come, despite the weather. It cleared out, right? But there are other times when there may be the World Cup or the cricket match, and then you may not be so enthusiastic to come to the temple because you want to watch that. So a distraction of some kind undermines your enthusiasm to do the higher thing. So there are these flickering situations that interfere with our enthusiasm. And there, of course, there's situations in the world, how life tends to beat one down, beat you into submission, and you become depressed. You feel helpless, right? So these are situations we have in the world. Life is tough. So they undermine our enthusiasm to do things. And therefore there's such a great surge in depression. World Health Organization says 1 in 4 will have some kind of mental affliction in this current times. So that means there's been a lot of conflictual contexts in your lives, in people's lives, that are causing them to lose enthusiasm, causing them to become depressed. The nature, the time, the sign of the times, Kali Yuga. So when we see in enthusiasm, let's take a young couple who are courting. Have any such young couples courting here? So they're very enthusiastic, right? Because they want to please the other person. They want to please the other person. They want to do things for the other person. They want to make the person happy. So there is this feeling of enthusiasm and determination. And that feeling, we'd like to think that 20 years later it will be there. Experienced householders, you want to comment on that? But yeah, that's the hallmark of a long-lasting relationship, is to always wake up enthusiastic to see and serve the other person. If you can do that every day, then you could sustain your enthusiasm and determination. But these are generally, we speak of it on like a material platform. Of course, devotees, they have the concept of serving each other. But now our enthusiasm then should arise to please Krishna. Our love for Krishna should be so strong that we always want to please Him, and therefore the enthusiasm will be strong. So when that love wanes also for Krishna, because we are marginal, so we're always vacillating between the material and the spiritual, so therefore our enthusiasm also wanes with that, right? So let's read some parts of the purport. Srila Prabhupada says, devotional service is not a matter of sentimental speculation or imaginative ecstasy. Its substance is practical activity, doing something. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is another book that he wrote, called The Nectar of Devotion, has defined devotional service as follows. Anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam bhaktir uttama. Uttama bhakti, or unalloyed devotion unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, involves the rendering of devotional service in such a way that is favorable to the Lord. The devotional service should be free of any extraneous motive and devoid of fruitive karma, impersonal jnana, and all other selfish desires. So, Prabhupada explains that bhakti is a sort of cultivation. As soon as we say cultivation, we must refer to some activity. So enthusiasm is displayed in your activity of service. How enthusiastically you will take it up. Prabhupada continues, cultivation of spirituality does not mean sitting down idly for meditation as some pseudo-yogis teach. Such idle meditation may be good for those who have no information of devotional service. And for this reason it's sometimes recommended as a way to check distracting material activities. So it's one stage, performing yoga, it's one stage of controlling the senses in a mechanical way, but it's not the ultimate. Meditation means stopping all nonsensical activities, at least for the time being. Devotional service, however, not only puts an end to all nonsensical mundane activities, but also engages one in meaningful devotional activity. If we find that our enthusiasm is waning, or that we are confused, then we take advantage of the association of senior devotees to take advice. And having had that discussion, then you find your mindset shifts, things become a little clearer, and you're able to make progress and remain enthusiastic. So we see examples given in the scriptures. Parikshit Maharaj, he was cursed by Shringi, the son of Samika Rishi. Prahlad Maharaj was out, Parikshit Maharaj was out and serving his kingdom, and he came upon the hut of Samika Rishi, and Parikshit Maharaj was he was a great devotee, but somehow the other he was out of character in that instant. He was affected by some anger because he was not received by the sage who was in meditation. And he was thirsty. He wanted water, but nobody received him. So he, very out of character, angrily picked up a dead snake with the edge of his bow and put it around the Rishi's neck. And when Shringi, his son, was a pure soul, because of his austerity as a Brahmana boy, he had a lot of Shakti, a lot of power. When he heard that and saw that, he cursed, whoever did this will die within 7 days. So that forms the basis of Srimad Bhagavatam, the discussion. Parikshit Maharaj, hearing this curse, he could have counteracted the curse. He could have appealed to the Lord to protect him. But he did not. He accepted it as the will of providence. He accepted it as a higher arrangement. And therefore he gave up the kingdom and then went to the banks of the Ganges, where he began inquiring from the sages that had gathered there. Thousands of sages anticipating a great event to take place. They came. And Parikshit Maharaj was asking questions. But there were different levels of transcendentalists there. So everyone was giving different advice. Until in that arena entered a young naked boy, Sukadev, and the son of Vyasadeva was the topmost realized devotee. And as he entered, all the sages recognized him as being the greatest devotee there. Prabhupada uses the word, he says the sages were qualified in physiognomy. How many of you are studying that? Is there a degree in physiognomy? Meant physio, right? Physiology, ognomy, signs. So meant that they were able to read through his physiology particular signs that indicated he was a great devotee. So there's certain symptoms, long arms, pointed ears, so many different things on the facial features. So these sages recognized, gave him the Vyasasan. And this is where Parikshit Maharaj began to inquire. What should one who is facing his imminent death do? And that's how Bhagavatam, the conversation, begins. So here Parikshit Maharaj is such an example that this is one of the greatest fears we have, right? Distress caused by the fear of death. Yet, being fixed in his devotional service, he was able to enthusiastically embrace that situation as well. And he was able to successfully, after 7 days, achieve Krishna through hearing enthusiastically. Now, we in our Krishna consciousness, in our development, we have so many afflictions in health, we have so many situations that perturb us, we have domestic issues, we have work issues. We can list them. If it's not your personal bodily issues, then there's an impact in society, crime, right? Lack of electricity and water shortage. So many things are going on in South Africa and other parts of the world. And then think about those who are now in the war-torn countries. If you drive by, then you see our brothers and sisters living in shacks. So distressful. So what to do as for devotees? We have to take shelter. We have to take more and more shelter. Rather than becoming disappointed that, oh, the Lord is not here to help me, take more and more shelter. There's a nice Christian parable. It's called Footsteps in the Sand. It's made into a poem. You can put it up on your wall. The person is inquiring from the Lord, my dear Lord, you said you will always walk next to me. But I notice in the times of my... so you'll always walk next to me, and the imprint in the sand, right? And the footprints in the sand. This is the analogy. I've seen 2 sets of footprints in the sand. But in my most troubled times, I only see 1 set of footprints. Where were you, Lord? And the Lord replies, those were my footprints, because I was carrying you. Right? So this is like a biblical parable. But it's a very beautiful way to understand it, that the more and more we take shelter in these times of distress, then the more and more we'll find solace in that. And also it's the devotees who see the other devotees in a distressful situation should also reach out to be able to encourage and inspire and help them. Because this process is congregational. We can't do it alone, and we're also not yogis, as was pointed out here. Hare Krishna, please come in. Thank you. Feel welcomed. So the other devotees can support. And we're happy to know we have devotee care and that. But on a personal basis, you see devotees are struggling, extend yourself. How can I help you? Is there something I can do? You may not be able to help them materially, financially, but just to be there with somebody and encourage them along. It's a problem shared, right? It's a problem halved. So enthusiasm comes from your own commitment and practice of Krishna consciousness for your own development, and determination from that. And enthusiasm comes from helping other devotees to make them enthusiastic also. So there are many, many stories about enthusiasm. We can also think of Krishna when he returned from Hastinapur. He goes back to Dwarka. It's a beautiful description in Bhagavatam how when he enters, immediately he's blowing his conch. And everybody in Dwarka hears it. They all leave whatever they're doing and they come. The ladies go to the rooftops and they look down. Krishna's coming with his entourage. Krishna's sons, wherever they are with their wives, leave and they rush. The brahmanas come forward with the fans, huge. Even in Dwarka, it is said that they are the ladies. Prabhupada describes them in Bhagavatam as the prostitutes. They come forward as well and they sing Krishna. Their hearts are melting to see Krishna. Every living entity, everybody is just waiting to see Krishna. The enthusiasm to see him. And Prabhupada explains that in that purport, that from that reception of Krishna like this, we enact it in our temples daily when the curtains open to see Krishna. He uses the word, the manifestive activity of Krishna's arrival. So when these curtains open, can you just reenact that? Krishna has come. Krishna is coming. Let us all eagerly be enthusiastic to see Krishna. Whatever our station is, doesn't matter. That's what's being demonstrated in that pastime. Whether you're a brahmana or an ordinary worker, doesn't matter. Just eagerly, enthusiastically embrace Krishna to your heart. And enthusiasm is reciprocal. The more enthusiastic you are, then the more enthusiasm you start to feel, and it's a cycle that pushes your emotions higher and higher and higher and higher. Enthusiasm brings enthusiasm. Right? We see this on a mundane platform like sports. They'll tell you, sportsmen will tell you, that they got to gear their mind, and then in that way they bring more and more enthusiasm to what they're doing. And it's the last 100 meters to go, but they grit themselves and they do it and they go for it. And at the end, you see those pictures, right? Hands up, guy's head is back, perspiration is flowing, ecstasy on his face. So the ecstasy of receiving Krishna, the ecstasy of being in devotional service. And we got to also associate with those who are enthusiastic. Misery loves company, right? So when you're distressed and you've been so-called affected or offended, you like to find somebody else who will agree with you about that. And the whole mood will come down because you got the same company. Yeah, Prabhu, you're right. They are like this, they're like that, they don't do... Yes, yes, yes. Then your mood is going down and down and down. But you with somebody else is, okay, Prabhu, these things happen. This is the material world. You can't, everybody's conditioned. But you have Krishna. Come. Prasad. Kirtan. Let's go. You forget that, you join the kirtan, you're ecstatic. And all of these little things, they become small, they fade away. Right, so enthusiasm. So what we want to do is, in the last few minutes, I want to conclude by doing some practical thing with you. So how do we practically develop some goals that will make us enthusiastic and determined? So on the material platform, lots of New Year's resolutions take place, right? But are they often completed? Which is the most popular New Year's resolution in the world that doesn't get fulfilled? Yeah, losing weight. That's the one. Most people in the world say we're going to lose weight, but it doesn't happen. Right? They break the resolve. So, I mean, it's proven. So you don't have to apologize for that. Somebody did the statistics and they found that. So, our resolves, our spiritual resolves also we make. Right? That I'll get up early, or I'll be chanting extra rounds, or I'll give up this, give up that. If I have some habits, I want to break these habits. But then we lose the eagerness along the line. So the way to do it, and we use this method sometimes with my students, is to develop what is called a SMART goal. If we just say my goal is to chant 16 rounds, it's out there, it's neither here nor there. What's missing? The specificity of that is missing. Specific. The SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. A SMART goal. So it means you must put a time to it. You must say that I'm chanting 4 rounds now, or I haven't been to the temple, I will go to the temple. But instead of just making a general statement, you'll say, I will chant 8 rounds by April 1st, 2023. So you very specifically gave yourself time and a goal. And in that way, you're going to work towards it. Even people have career aspirations and so on. If they don't specify, then it's going to take forever, because it'll just be procrastinating and procrastinating. But if you have a specific goal. So what I'd like you to do, I'm going to give you 1 minute or so to think of a spiritual goal. And make it specific. Right? In there must be an objective. That I will, like a verb, I will be doing this. Because Prabhupada said in the purport, it's activity, right? It's not in the mental platform, it's activity. So any spiritual goal, maybe 3 or 4 people can volunteer if they're not shy. Think about it. Are you going to think of some activity, a verb? And by when you're going to do it, specify. Give a timeline to it. All right? Take 1 minute. Think about it. A minute seems long when you have to think about it. Vanmali, Prabhu, you want to say? Give him the mic. Okay. Okay, so what I understand is that you're going to the Mangal Artik of Vrindavan online. Right, so your specific goal is that I will daily participate in Vrindavan Mangal Artik online. Is that measurable? It is, right? Is it realistic? Can you do it? Can be done. Is it time bound? Yes, daily. So it's there. It's not a wish fulfilling, a wish where you feel like, okay, I'd like to visit Vrindavan Mangal Artik one of these days, right? But he's very specific, he's got that. Somebody else give me another one? We got about 3 minutes. Maithili Mataji, you want to give her the mic?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
For this year, my goal was to switch off my phone during japa. But I still can't make it.
So, okay, so how can we specify a goal there? She says some difficulty with the japa. Yeah, we all seem to have that, you know.